Hello. See if anyone's about. Come in, come in. Tell me how your May is going. It is May still, right? I think. Okay. So I do have my list up of what is to come next to react to. Some good shows, I hope. Because I don't know what's going to happen with King Porsche anymore. We'll see. You just found $5. Nice. Was that on the street or just in your house? Still, it's good luck, right? I think it is. I'm also trying to decide what novels to buy. So if anyone has any suggestions, and then I could probably unpack them on a live or a video. Ah, on the street. See, that's lucky. Fine. It's still lucky in your house. Hello, Steffi. Hello, you. Which dog? Which of my dogs? One's asleep on top of his cage, and one is in the living room on his duvet. Yeah, they're spoiled. Muffin, we found. I don't know what happened. Maybe when he got shaved, but he's got he had like a bit of his leg, like not like a big chunk. Let me show you. That's my baby. I don't know if you can see, but there we found this, and it was quite a chunk. I don't know how he did it. Maybe he caught himself on something. That will be the dog that if you want to watch my The Devil Judge reactions, he's in episode 9. And then this one has been Stroppy, haven't you? Spent $5 and found $5 worth of walking. See, there you go. Spent the money, got it back. Nice. The luckiest I got. I won't say how much I found one time because I'm big. Might have been hiding the money. I'm desperately waiting. Oh, hello. Desperately waiting for Vegas Pete. I think a lot of people are waiting for the little, BDSM sadomasochism that is Vegas and Pete. Plus, they've built up Vegas a lot. Pete they've left quite sweet and innocent. Well, maybe not last episode. We saw a bit of bite to Pete. They are such cute dogs. Thank you. Hi, Tanya. Oh, so you're postgraduate. What are you coming to study in the UK? And have you been to the UK before? I don't know what part you're going to study. You could be studying in Scotland, Wales, the Midlands, the South. But yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. Might as well tell you about the Kim Porsche situation. I got a copyright strike. And it's not because of the content. I blurred all of those images out. And that rule came in, which is because I'm talking about episode 4. That is the rule for it came in after my episode 4. So it wasn't to do that. It was about appealing, and they started to copyright stuff, whereas they weren't doing that before. But yeah, I have a copyright strike, which means that's going to mess my channel up even more than it is already. Plus, I've been waiting 5 days for them to unblock episode 7, which I really enjoyed. So it makes me sad. I don't know what that means for Kim Porsche now on YouTube for me, because the hype around it will die quite quickly because of other shows. And I'm sad as well because episode 4 I had 5.5 thousand views, which was the most I've got so far. So I lost all of those. And I honestly do not know. I don't know if I've been blacklisted by the company because of the strike, or they can't unblock a video after a certain amount of time. It takes 90 days for your copyright strike to disappear. So yeah, I really like Kim Porsche. I want to put that up here now, but it has dampened everything because I can't get it out for everyone. I mean, I can do it on Patreon, that's only for those people who want to be there. And I even have to up my Patreon by £1 to £2 because of UK life, how expensive it is. Sorry, that's just me having a mini rant. Kim Porsche is the only show I'm watching. You're not the only person to tell me that. I've had messages. Oh, what a shock! I get messages on Twitter saying it's the only show they're watching, and I think it's actually kind of a nice thing for people, because if a show really captivates you, you want to watch it, right? And I think Kim Porsche has exceeded a lot of people's expectations, or I hope it has. Sorry, I can look it up my phone, and then I've got my laptop here so I can read the comments too. And obviously, it's a delay on the laptop. Hello, laptop face. Um, Hello, Linda. Ciao. You're gonna be in Birmingham. Oh, I hope you enjoy Birmingham. I really do. I hope you do. There's some lovely things around there. People are usually friendly as well. So I hope they are. They usually are friendly. And you'll get to hear the different Birmingham accents, because sometimes it's really really slow, really slow, and then it's not. Yeah, and then it's not. Hi, Janine. I still need to respond to you on Discord about the Untamed and Guardian. I haven't finished Guardian yet. I'm almost there though. And the Untamed, I need to remember. Well, it's a good thing Modal Sushi is one of the shows I will be reacting to soon. So no more. with Kin Porsche, it makes me sad. I hope I can get them up, and maybe in a week or two, after the first week of having a strike, they will allow me to have it up. I've sent emails in the correct way asking for the episode to be released. I don't know what's going on because it's now 5 days later, and it feels like it's intentional that they're not releasing it when they can. Maybe I have to send another email, but you don't want to send too many. You don't want to seem like a nuisance. I don't know. I don't know about that company. Hello. By the way, those Korean bells are those Korean bells are stepping up their game lately. It's actually been a little bit of. When was the last? What was the last Korean BL I watched? Light on Me. I haven't actually got to any new Korean BLs yet. I know To My Star 2 is coming, so I probably will react to that when it comes out. See, as for some reason that didn't get blocked. I don't know how I've got those videos up, but they're not blocked. I don't get that. I haven't got to Semantic Error yet, but that is on my list. But yeah, my list, for those of you who are interested, I'll leave a link for you to look what's coming up. You can see it numbered, so you know when it's coming and what I'm reacting to now. My uncle lives there, and I spent half a year being there when I was in middle school. Chinese. What part of China are you from? Because it's such a vast place. But I don't understand the problem they have if you keep to the guidelines. Yeah, that's I think what frustrates me more than anything is I've kept to the guidelines. I don't even do the 60% of the original content. I lower that down so that I can talk about it a little bit. And I think I spoke about it. I did pause the video in episode 7, and it wasn't until the Patreon mentioned a few things I was like, oh, I forgot I spoke about that. So if it ever comes out, I hope you enjoy it. Also, Papa and Daddy season 2 is coming soon. I'm really curious what they're going to do with the new actor playing Jerry. I wish him the best of luck because season 2 isn't a shock for me with that show. They can go multiple seasons. It's just where do they go? Because it's going to incorporate his teenage American son who has no American accent. But I definitely want to see where they go with the story. Fingers crossed. Semantic Error was good. Yeah, so if I try to get that show up, I will not be naming that show that. It will be nameless. Puberty kids. I was weird back then. Well, I mean, puberty is an experience. Can't you upload like you upload B-Love in the house? The thing about doing it like that is that actually does suppress your channel if you do it too many times. And I have already shows that are like that. Guardian's a mixed one. For some reason, it only gets blocked in a certain part of Asia for copyright. So that's a bit weird. But with Kim Porsche, I don't really want to then just leave a link because I could get it up. You know, you had the option to get it up and you want to build your channel. And I just feel like that's not what's going to happen if I do it like that. Which is, I'm hoping something happens and they finally let me. I don't know if I'm blacklisted or not. I don't even know if they keep a blacklist. It's just frustrating waiting 5 days when usually you wait 2 days for the show to be unblocked. So and some people wait even less than that. I'm watching King Porsche, Star in My Mind. I haven't seen Star in My Mind yet. People have mentioned that a few times now. Mr. Unlucky has no choice but to kiss. Japanese. And a whole bunch of K-dramas. I'm curious too, but I'm looking forward to see how am I doing today? Stressed. But that's more to do with trying to get up Kieta Hatsukoi episode 2. So episode 1 is up, not available yet on YouTube. And for some reason I didn't have to use the filter. Episode 2 I've had to use the filter. So we'll see. I think what I need to do is do the 10, maybe less second visual of it, then blank out a few seconds, and then you can kind of do it once or twice, and then cut it for like 3 or 4, like maybe 2 seconds, and go back to it. I think you just have to have little cuts here and there, then maybe you can get it up. And the volume will be an issue where you're trying to mask the audio. I'm curious if you can make me maybe enjoy Don't Say No when you watch it. Oh yeah, because Don't Say No is the next one. I don't know. Good luck, because what was the character's name? Fiat? Is that first character's name? I'm looking forward to his development, because he, to me, in Tarn Type 2 was one of my least favorite ever BL characters, along with Dr. Petch from Oxygen. So we'll see. Let's hope for the best with Kim Porsche. By the way, I'm so late to this, but congrats on... Am I at 3,000 subs? Am I? Oh, I am. Ooh. I didn't realise. See? That just shows you that... like, am I going to watch Bite Me? Is it on there? Bite Me sounds familiar. Well, it doesn't look like it. I mean, I'm always welcome to you guys giving me suggestions on shows to watch. Bite Me. Don't Say No, a mess. Oh, just to mention it, my reaction. I'm still going to be watching Kim Porsche, even though YouTube, or should I say Beyond Cloud, or no, it's any Mind affiliates. I don't even want to say their names. I'm still going to be watching Kim Porsche. They're just, unfortunately, for those of you who watch it, unless you're on Patreon, won't see it. For now. Oh, so I do have a PO box, and I'm not paying for it because in the UK it's my own PO box. You can send letters if you want to me. Like, you don't have to send gifts. You could just send a letter if you want to, and I could show people, or just place it somewhere. I'm from the Northeast. I actually recommend your channel to my friends because I really love your reaction towards different culture. Oh, thank you so much. I try to understand. I don't say I succeed, but I would rather try than just be steadfast in my opinion on something. I think it's better to try and understand cultures and speak to people. Educate yourself. It's fine. People are so different throughout the world. And thank you for recommending my channel to friends. Be it they like it, be it they not. It's nice to just have someone recommend. BL lover, hi. I haven't seen it. I'll only watch it if GLC. Oh yeah, that's me. I was like, who's GLC? Because I just really don't like Fiat. But people said that he's different. Are you going to watch Bite Me? But, well, I've just seen that. Yeah, Bite Me. It's such a weird thing because it sounds like when you're being rude to someone, you're saying bite me. I could put it on a list. I can write it down. Maybe write it down first. To My Star is coming out in a couple of weeks. I'm actually very excited about it. I do want to see where it goes because it looks like it's going to be very dramatic. And there's obviously going to be issues, which there always are. Your reaction. I have no idea what I was reacting to. I don't know what to talk about. I'm only watching. You could talk about Kim Porsche. I'm happy to talk about Kim Porsche. I really like Kim Porsche. Also, I like that we can all have varying opinions about characters. Although Bite Me was the only show I dropped. The only show. That's not a good thing to tell me. But I love the thing. Okay, any chance of reacting to Hearts? Okay, so Young Royals is on my list, which I just put up. If you scroll up a little bit, you can find what I'm reacting to. It's around 50 programs, and I'm up to. Okay, so I'm up to number 13 on my list. So next thing I'll be reacting to will be Don't Say No, and then Modal Sushi will be number 14, and then Utsukushi I Kari will be number 15, and we're going from there. Young Royals is number 17. So I don't think it will take that long, seeing as I'm quite near the end of Guardian. I'm up to episode 34. The Devil Judge, episode 10, that will probably take a while. I love it, but it's heavy. And especially with episode 8, that kind of didn't. Episode 8 kind of took me out. Because I recorded everything, or I thought I did, and I lost it all, and I had to re-record it. And it's not fun re-recording a show so heavy and topic like that, because it's the second time watching it, so you pick up on things easier. Yeah, so oh yeah, Cutie Pie's there, Kim Porsche's there, so they're being reacted to. Everything in red I'm reacting to. And anything crossed out I've already done. So Tianguan Chifu is done. Heaven's Official Blessing, I've watched it all. Season 1. I'm also thinking about movies, but it's hard to do movies on Patreon because they tell you not to have a copy of the movie. Not everyone's going to have a copy of the movie. But yeah, I'm trying to not do 7 days of reactions because it's hard to then edit. So I'm taking this whole week off, as everyone knows who's seen my community tab, that I'm not posting any of my regular shows, but I do have behind the scenes of Not Me, Bad Buddy, and A Tale of a Thousand Stars. Randomly, I forgot I did a Word of Honor, like fan made behind the scenes, and then there's Nunu from Cutie Pie, him singing. There's The Untamed in a Nutshell, which is just, I don't know, a crack video. Sounds weird saying crack. Say crack again. So I do have videos coming up, but I'm just not reacting to anything. I'm posting the regular stuff. I need to catch up. If people don't know, I have a lot on my laptop of shows that I really need to edit. That was another rant. Okay, any chance of you? Oh, and that was about. Sorry, I literally went off a tangent about. Oh, I've done not behind the scenes, and that was a side story. I could do behind the scenes at King Porsche if they allow me. That's the problem. Any chance you've reacted to Heartstopper and Young Royals? So Young Royals is number 17 on the list. Heartstopper, yes, I'm British. Of course I'm going to react to it. I want to see also what they were able to do, because I didn't have shows like this growing up. So if anyone has seen Sons of Anarchy, the main lead from that, he was in My Heartstopper, which was called Queer as Folk, and it was the British version. And if you're under 18, do not watch it. But yeah, I really want to see what they do. They also have Olivia Colman on Heartstopper, so I know I want to watch it to see what, because I absolutely love her acting. Plus, again, I want to see what they do in the whole coming to terms with yourself and how they deal with sexuality, how they're going to make them speak. Do they sound British in terms of how they would speak and what part? Because they're in grammar school. So if you don't know, I think they go to grammar school. So grammar school, when you're 11, you take a test to get into these type of schools. So they're a little bit more highbrow than public schools. So you take the 11 test, which is when you, so in the UK, we have primary school or nursery. Instead of kindergarten, we have nursery, which is when you're 3, and then reception when you're 4, all the way up to year 6 when you're 11, and then you go to secondary school from year 7 to year 11 if you want to continue on, and you can into 18, and then university, and then it's downhill. No, I'm joking. So Heartstopper I definitely will be reacting to. I'll just say your box is in the making process. I'll just say your box to me. Is that what you mean? I'm really behind by these messages, by the way. Um. Oh man, I have Killer and Healer to watch. I can't stay for long, but I'll pop in then. Well, Killer and Healer, I'm not going to be watching yet. Um, but I'm looking forward to it because there are quite a few people who are very gun ho about watching it. But yeah, yeah. I'm looking forward to it because of that. Because people who like it have really been pushing for it. I know there's people asking, "Oh, I need to do my Q&A. I need to do my Q&A. I need to get I need to get the last few questions from my Discord, and then I can do a Q&A with my new haircut. Um, oh man, but I want to see him react to it. React to what? Oh, bite me. Sorry, that sounds like I'm being rude. You mean the show? I haven't been to school in 2 weeks and I'm stressing because I can see and feel my grades dropping. I think school's a very stressful time. Because I think we're also so different in all countries. And also in the UK personally, because obviously I can only talk about the UK. It depends. Like I said, if you go to boarding school, it's very different. If you go to public school as well, it depends on where the public school is. Um, my area wasn't particularly great. I think I've mentioned it before that my first day of school, there were 40 something year old men with machetes trying to kill the 16-year-olds. That could be London sometimes. But try. Do you meditate? Do you do yoga? Is there other things that de stress you? Do you game? Do BLs de stress you? Because it's sad to think you think your grades are going to drop, but again, it's a very stressful time, especially school and trying to keep up your grades and your GPA and things like that, and especially when you want to go to college. If you do, I would try and find what makes you the most mellow. I love your reaction to Devil Judge, so thank you. Oh, thank you for what I genuinely am enjoying that show. I'm so behind in these comments. I do enjoy it. It's a lot. You do have to take the time to watch it because I suffer with my back. So trying to sit down and watch it sometimes it's quite painful by the end of it. But that's only your back. But the show itself is fantastic. If you do have the time to watch The Devil Judge, not even my reactions, do watch it. But they are long episodes. Uh, long episodes. So take the time, get to know the characters because they are fascinating. And it's really, really well done for where I am. I'm only at episode 9, so I've got episode 10 plus to go. So we'll see, because, you know. That was me getting a phone call. But again, please watch if you have the time. The Devil Judge. I am very curious about who people's favorites are, what they think of them. Yeah, they're an interesting bunch. Young Royals. Yes, I love your reaction to the Devil Judge too. Thank you. What do you think? Who do you think is the most complicated character in Kim Porsche? Who? Most complicated. Hmm. I feel like maybe Tankun. Hmm. I feel like they've all got their own issues. Kin is becoming more complex as it's gone along, especially dealing with, as I call him, Tato his ex, and what happened there. letting himself go, but then the anger that's within him, and he's very quick to insult when he doesn't know how to comfort someone. He doesn't know how to be tender, so his tenderness is kind of an insult and passion. Tang Kung definitely is a complex character because it is he pretending to be as eccentric as he is because of him being kidnapped, so people leave him alone and they think he's too strange to do anything to. Um, hmm. What about the rest of you? Who do you think in Kin Porsche is the most complex character? I feel like those two stick out right now. Porsche is quite complex, but I also feel like not at the same time. I don't know. I really like Porsche's character. Or the character you're looking for a development arc. Oh, okay. The character I'm looking for a development arc, Pete. We've seen it bit by bit. He looks so innocent and sweet. I think the last episode does show that there's more bite into him. He's not as innocent as he seems. Just look at the torture scene. And also Porsche. Oh, and Kim. But coupley, and then also just Kim's suspect board. But Porsche, I think, is what I'm really looking for the development of him because we get so far just little snippets that make you curious about what is going to transpire between them and just him as a character because he's so sweet. I also think he's the youngest actor on the show. I really love the struggles between Kin and Porsche because having feelings to someone didn't mean that you don't know how to deal with that person and problems. Just didn't solve it in one go. Yeah, their relationship is definitely complex. You know, as I said before in my videos, you don't have to absolve Kin from earlier episodes, but you have to look at their relationship and see how they communicate with one another, the issues they have about their past traumas, how they can deal with future traumas. Plus, being in a mafia world, it's got to be one of those things where you're constantly looking over your shoulder. And so you have to give these two time. Oh, that's one of my dogs. Hold on. That barking, yeah, that happens a lot, by the way. And if it's not barking, then it's my neighbours. But yeah, Kim Porsche. I don't remember now. I was talking about their struggles, them coming together. It's a work in progress. Yeah. If you could be a bodyguard in Kim Porsche universe, which member of the family would you like to work with? Do I have to be a bodyguard? I'd probably die. I have too much of a mouth. Hmm. I don't know if I could do Tankon. I don't know if I could deal with. I don't know. He's a lot. Kim and Kim are not particularly friendly, but I don't know. There's hard work and there's lots of exercise. I still don't get why they made do that whole pour in the beer. But whatever. Um, I mean, Tankun you would have the most fun with if you're an extrovert. I feel like you'd be in the most danger with Kim, so maybe I'll go for Kim. Hmm. That's a really good question. I'm trying to think. I don't know. That's dangerous. Heartstopper sounding British would be nice. I haven't seen any, but it will easily sound more British than Young or Swedish. Your issue with Young Royals is going to be so much fun when I record. Um, I mean, Heartstopper is going to be very British. I'm just curious if it's Hertfordshire, if it's London, uh, if it's. I don't think it's Kent by the sounds of them. Uh, Norwich. I'm trying to think of areas. Hello, I'm late, but I'm here. Hello, I don't know if you're here anymore. I need. Yes, my box. Oh, your box to me. I'm looking forward to open it. I will be doing when people do send stuff in. I will be doing either a pre-recorded opening or a live opening of the stuff in the box. It depends on what people want. It's still blocked. Okay, what? Yeah, but yeah, you're very free to just send a letter if you want to. Um, I watched Cruiser when I was about 15. At the time, copyright is not a big deal. You can watch it everywhere. At that time, copyright is not. Um, well, strangely enough, the best shows in terms of copyright has been Supernatural and Shameless because they get blocked. You dispute it, and usually a day, maybe two, they will release it. I have never had a problem with any of those shows, and they release it, and I was like, great. I mean, why didn't other shows do that? Or obviously, if they deny your copyright, then you have to be careful about appealing. Kim Porsche. Queer as Folk, though, what a show! Killing Hill is such a beautiful show, especially the mental health part, but also the shots and scenery. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the cinematography of that show. The Miracle Teddy Bear turns out quite good. I know many people don't like how it ended, but for me, that is more realistic. I haven't seen it, but from your comment, it's going to be sad. But it is called The Miracle of Teddy Bear. And isn't it about a teddy bear coming to life? So I can't see there being a happy ending to that in terms of whoever he's supposed to be coupled with during the show because he's not real. So wouldn't he go back to being a teddy bear? I don't know. Yes, my tip for de-stressing would be to walk outside and watch something you like. I like Devil Judge. My favorite reaction from you is We Best Love, and the first reaction I ever watched was Tongue Tied. We Best Love. I went and re-looked at episode one in terms of retention, and that made me depressed. I'm never looking at. Same for Cutie Pie. I'm not doing a full episode of Cutie Pie for on YouTube again with the retention. I'm not doing that again. That was very disheartening. But yeah, actually, We Best Love, I've noticed quite a few people because you can see when someone's watched your show, especially if they've watched it more than 30 seconds. Uh, yeah. Oh, We Best Love. When is season 3 coming out? And Tan Type, that just is a distant memory now. The first show. I watched The Vacation. Um, Vacation. Is that the one with Cameron? Yeah, I don't know. What is The Vacation? barcode is 17. Wow. Vegas is my favorite character. He's issues in the novel. I don't know if they will include them in the series, but they are very dark. I've heard about the novel. I've heard because obviously they're veering away from the extreme dark elements of the novel. I imagine because of the nature of the show, it might be just too dark if they put it in. But yeah, I'm not invested in Vegas like a lot of other people, which makes it more fun for me because I get to see people so invested in him. And I'm like, cool. I want to see where he goes. I want to see what they do with his character because obviously there's the one-upmanship with kin that he has, but plus him and Pete and how that goes and what they bring out in one another. We know Vegas is very sadistic. You just have to watch the last episode to know. But it also shows not just how calculating, but you probably would want Vegas as a friend rather than an enemy because he will go to extremes and probably doesn't really feel guilt. It's funny, the theatre event they did for the last episode was 18 plus and no 18 kids were allowed. But he suggests, Jeff, right? Because what is Jeff? Jeff is Thai. Is he also, what is he mixed with? Because obviously his name is different. Because they have a lot of actors from who are Thai but also mixed with something else. Is he German? How is half a minute? Yeah, I saw that. I'm all loving King Bush. I did dig in the novel and read it. The series is way, way toned down and better than the novel. Sometimes yeah, the amount of people I've heard, I'm so behind. But yeah, the amount of people I've said they wish they didn't read the novel, because it's very uncomfortable, I think, for a lot of people. I'm excited. I will get my Bad Buddy box set. I thought you had that. Oh. Are you hoping for a Nanon picture? Bye bye, Ginny, even though you're gone, I think, by now. Slightly looking forward to Young Royals. I reserve capitalized letters for good shows. Your hatred for Young Royals is so much fun. I hope we get a season. Yep, please. I hope we get a season 3 of We Best Love. But I ask someone else who's not invested in Vegas. Because I can only go by some of the comments plus Twitter, but don't trust Twitter. Never trust Twitter. But I feel like also Vegas is a mystery because we've only seen elements of him. To be honest, okay, I've caught up to everyone. I've caught up. To be honest, the one I think I am the most interested in is Porsche, and Tankun. Yeah. I don't know, I still want to know about Kim's suspect board. Who's involved. I'm also interested in who they will incorporate as the mole or moles. Because if you've seen episode 7, Vegas knowing certain things about Porsche that only very small amount of people know makes you suspicious. But also, imagine if it, I was going to say Pete, but I don't think that would happen yet. Kind of want it to be Pete. But I'm also curious if there is if they veer away from who could be the mole, or if there is one a traitor in the novel to the TV show, because you can always change it around because they've changed the characters and toned them down. Kimlock Holmes, are you the one who started that? Because that is what I think in my head whenever I see him. Oh, Perth's channel. Yeah, I know about the videos. I haven't watched all of them. I think the last one I randomly came across because it came onto my main channel when you first log onto YouTube, and it was about filming a BL, and I was like, oh yeah, that's what happens when you film. That's what happens. So I did watch more than half of that before I had to do something else. I want them all to be Pete. That would be excellent. And so, or Chan. Who's Chan? See, I like that. We're all thinking now, Pete, just betray them. But you brought it to this channel, so you are technically, in technicalities, the one to come up with it, or at least bring it forward on this channel. Oh, the Brit one, the one who sounds very British, and I think has a really British name. The actor, is his name Peter? Is that the head bodyguard Chan? I think it's the British sounding one, right? I mean, it could be him because he did turn up. If that's what you're talking about, the first on the scene when King was shot. And it was like, how did these two other people get past you? But you were there so quick. But then there's also, is it Boss or is it Big? His name's gone up my head again. Boss? Here. Yep. They do that in Cutie Pie as well. They also do that in Not Me. If you listen, the character Sean says here to Gunpah. Miles seems such a gentle person. His family is one of the richest in town, and he's doing action as a side job. And yeah, he was the one who saved Kim Porsche and made it happen. I'm not going to speak about the whole doing acting as a side job. Yeah. But yeah, I heard that he put a lot of money into Kim Porsche. Very wealthy. Him and Win. There's the money. It's big. I don't. Big. Thank you. Big. Someone did post. It's a video of Mile dancing a few years ago. Maybe he looks like a Jonas brother with the hair. If you were to the brother here. I have 3 episodes of Killing Here to watch now, so alas, I have to take my leave. I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. I don't think it's Polar Arm. I can see it being Big and Ken because of what happened in episode 4. That just felt very much like not to trust them, but then it also because there could be a deeper meaning behind, especially with Big. But obviously, I'm not correct. That's just me guessing. Also, the writer of Novel Soul Man, after 6 months, contacted him saying, "We based a character off of you. Will you play?" Kim was based on his mannerisms on Mile. So Mile was basically Liam from Cutie Pie in terms of wealth. Yeah, maybe even. No, yeah. Well, we know Big likes Kim. That's why he sent Porsche into the room to kind of scare him when Kim was with one of his conquests, but it didn't work, thankfully. And it was a nice moment for Porsche to kind of call Big out in what he was trying to do. I'm definitely looking forward to who the mole will be, just because obviously we all have varying opinions, but also excited if it is, certain people, because then it's that shock value. I was reading in the comment. I am hoping to see more of Ken when we can, but obviously with his filming schedule and obviously the things he had to do, we know he wasn't going to be in that many episodes. But it will be fun to see him back at points, because obviously Ken and Big bounce off one another when they're together. So who is everyone's least favorite character so far in Kin Porsche? Last episode, Ken didn't appear, sadly. I also think Vegas could have bugged him. They may bring that up in a flashback, which would also then incorporate how he knew. It's just very intriguing how he knew about the bar, seeing as Porsche is quite closed off about that particularly. So we'll see. And if so, unless he bugged a room, and it could have, he could bug anything. Vegas can get anywhere really. He's quite sneaky. Such a great BL series for the reality production chemistry, and it's great that Mark Apple are doing the usual fan service. Oh, aren't sorry. Yeah, it's such a weird thing, isn't it, for fan service? It seems like a lot of the actors are trying to pull away from it a little bit at least. But I also think because people are more open to the discussion and calling out people who become a bit too obsessed over it, maybe they have a bit of pressure lifted off of them, so that even when they do fan service, they know more people are starting to understand the idea behind it. I can't thank Kim's dad. So manipulative and selfish. I am very intrigued though that how he knew about Kim where he was looking in that room. That was very intriguing. That he knew where his son would go. I think Vegas maybe. Yeah, Concon. I don't like how he seems. Yeah, he was very manipulative, wasn't he? In certain things, especially in regards to Porsche, and then speaking to Porsche afterwards when he was a cause of an issue. Vegas's dad. Oh, Vegas's dad. Yeah. Hmm. Hard to find a bad person because they all have a backstory. Well, that's why, again, I think it works with this show as well. You don't have to hate a character, but your least favorite also could be someone you still enjoy, but you're like, oh, you're like, oh. The dad's a person. Thank you for being here, Linda, and thank you for your questions as well for the Q&A. Where are the moms in the major and minor families? Are we just to assume they're dead? Mm. Also, the three sons of the major family, four brothers or half. I don't know, you say that, but I think Kin and Kim actually look alike, but it might just be their hair. They all have really nice hair. He hated the fact that Vegas and Macau being gay was still sent Vegas to be a plaything to his male friends in the novel. See, I'm telling you, the novel is dark. Ellipsis, dot, dot, dot. Yeah, Kit and Kim, honestly, to me, I could see them being related. Then it's hard to say because not every one of your siblings looks alike. I don't really look like my siblings. They look alike. And that includes my one sister that has the same mum as me. The others have a different mums. Um, but they more look like my dad and all of that. It's been 7 episodes, but I really just want to be Porsche being hella serious for the bodyguard job and say, well, I feel like they're setting up just how hard Porsche will train because I feel like we saw a nice montage of him training and how quickly he was excelling, even though they were trying to say that he's still not good enough. Because we know it doesn't end well for him when there's alcohol involved. I do think sometimes he's a bit too naive about the people around him, forgetting that people will try to manipulate a situation, try to find out information because it's not his world. So that's something he has to. That's the thing he has to train the most in. Is because I feel like he's doing quite well on the other side of stuff. I mean, he did beat Ken when they had their hands tied and they were sunk in the pool. So that shows that he can pick up on things, and his shooting got much better. I don't like reading novels when I watch. Yeah, so for me, I'm someone who doesn't mind reading the novel, but after I've seen the series because you don't want it to be too spoiled for you. And I know they change it; they always change something in a novel, in a TV show from the novel, but it can warp your view on things sometimes. In the novel, Takun and Kin have the same mum. Okay, so I don't think any of the brothers look alike, but that's part of the charm. Yeah, and it also makes it funny because obviously we can all sit back and go, you don't look related. But then obviously, because we also know they're not. Then again, I would love it if someone. Can you imagine if someone said, is it AJ and JJ? Imagine if someone said they weren't related or didn't look like they were related. Especially when the novels differ a lot. For example, I love Guardian, but I didn't enjoy the novel at all. Yes, so that is something I was talking about novels. I was looking up about certain novels, and that was one I was trying to find, but I don't think they have it translated. But yeah, I'm really, really enjoying, by the way, uh, Guardian right now. Just got to episode 34, so if you know what happens in 34, you know where I am. Yeah, because if I really like the series and the series differs a lot from the novel, I won't really like it because I grew attached to the characters in the series and not in the novel. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm not the only one glad they're modifying the novel in the series, right? I feel some people are unhappy. For what I've heard from people, and this is only the people I've spoken to or seen type away, is they're happy that it's mm, uh, verging away from the novel with what's in the novel. But I haven't really spoken to anyone that's unhappy with the direction it's going. Also, after how many instances of him losing and getting in trouble, he won't learn. I think with Porsche, that's the thing. He's got this kind of sweet puppy s to him, where you tell them off for a second, but then 5 seconds later they come back. I was going to say they're sniffing at your crotch, but that's not that. Um, but I feel like he lets people in. Porsche has actually got quite a soft heart, and I think losing his parents as well and having just his brother, because obviously his uncles, what happened there, he I don't know, he just feels like he genuinely believes in the best of people because he would rather believe in the best than the worst. But now he's in this environment. I will never differentiate between AJ and JJ. Yeah, that's going to be difficult. I think one's taller. I don't know. I haven't really paid that much attention to them. I just would love it if someone was like, yeah, they don't look alike. It depends on what form of anger you're talking about when it comes to Kim. Um, I think when he choked him out around everyone, that was the best thing to do, and that was actually a correct thing, in other words, to save him, but also to make sure he understands that element, that what he did wrong. I do think Ken has a tendency to insult before thinking, but I think that's also part of his jealousy when he likes someone. It's thinking with too much passion, and sometimes when you think with too much passion, you say things in the heat of the moment, and then obviously we know what happened there. In episode 7, there are a lot of religious references in it. Yeah, in don't we see the Hail Mary at some point, and she's lit in green, right? Is it the Hail Mary? Being Peter's the one saving Vegas. Yeah, I'm genuinely curious where they will go with these two, not just in the the kind of sexual sense, but the kind of arc that these two characters would take, kind of getting to know one another and how that develops. Because I'm very much looking forward to the development of both of them, because I feel like was really starting to see a shift in where they want to go with Pete. Because it kind of started off with him, just always just in what we call a vest. Uh, he was very cheeky, and then I think they've grown. We've seen a bit of like why he's a bodyguard and just what damage he can do. But also to think, I feel like Porsche character is very fragile and insecure. We definitely feel differently about Porsche and Kin. He needs constant appreciation and look out from Kin. Maybe it's his first. Well, I'm I'm guessing, even though I'm guessing it's his first at least same sex relationship. Um, I'm guessing. I don't know if Porsche's ever been in love, to be honest. So it could also be his first loving, well, his first relationship that goes beyond just it being simply physical. Because if you want to talk about insecurities, Kin also has those. That's why his two friends, um, what are their names? Time and I forget. Um, he's insecure about a repetitive cycle. What happened with the other person he loved happening again? That was actually a really nice moment in episode 7 with Kin, with him talking about being afraid to open up again, and the same thing happening. I think that was really nice development for his character to show that there is that softness to him, that we're seeing just how much he started to care for Porsche. Plus, what Porsche says to Kian at the end of episode 7 is an indication how much Porsche cares for him as well. Have you seen episode 7? Yes, I have seen episode 7. I will reiterate what I spoke about earlier. I got a copyright strike. Episode 4 is gone from my channel. Can never get it back. I mean, I can re-upload it and email them and see if they will put it back up, which actually I have done, because they can do that. They can re-put it back up and then just copyright it. But I'm still waiting for episode 7. It's 5 days. I don't know if for copyright strike they note down your email and the channel. If they blacklist you, I don't know, because people can do that. You know, they can be petty. Because that's what Any Mind feels like, the affiliated company. So I have no idea what's going to happen with Kim Porsche on YouTube, which makes me sad, because then it means, you know, the hype of it disappears if I ever do get these episodes released. It's really frustrating. I mean, they are on Patreon, but still. Okay, I've just seen a comment. I know they can't put the Vegas story from the novel on screen. Wonder how they're going to adapt it. Yeah, that will be interesting. Has always been into hookups, not really into relationships. Technically, he's first. On the other hand, has been scared of it. It's complicated. Yeah, it's very complicated. Other reactors has had trouble with guidelines and copyright, but fixed it. No, I've done the blurring thing. I did that anyway, and I've even got the blurring for episode 7. It was not to do with blurring at all. Because I already had episode 4 had to do with even before they brought out about blurring scenes and stuff like that. And the mutant stuff. It's not about it being doable. It's about the company putting a copyright strike and then possibly not letting you get the video up because it's been 5 days. And you know, I've sent more than one email like with just, you know, the title that they asked you to submit it in, the episode, the channel, your channel, the episode. I've done the whole blurring thing, and I stuck to the guidelines. My videos were never over the 60% of the original content. The stuff like that was always blurred or cut out, because I got comments about I didn't need to cut out certain things in episode 4. It's to do with appeals and stuff like that. And I don't know if when you get a copyright strike, episodes that get copyrighted, maybe they can't for like a week or 2 be unblocked. But I also just with Beyond Cloud, clearly as the show's gone on, they've also changed their guidelines because they're probably trying to figure out how to market this show the best they can. Because I'm not sure if they knew it was going to explode as much as it did. Because you never know how well a show's going to do. We know BLs in general will do well. You know, we know that. We've all seen BLs where we always usually see 1 million views on, especially Thai BLs, and especially a hype that's come around King Porsche. We've been waiting for it for a very long time. So sorry, I saw a comment there. My mind just went. It was about Porsche. So yeah, I just don't know what to do, because obviously it's going to lose a lot of hype, and my channel never really gets a massive amount of views, not compared to a lot of other people. So for me, it actually meant a lot with the views. I didn't make any money, by the way, not a single penny on YouTube from that episode of Kim Porsche, because it was copyrighted. So it was a shame, but I'm not going to appeal and stuff like that again. You know, legal things like that, they can sue you, and I don't know. I don't even know. I'm still. I don't know if they're going to take legal means, because you know Any Mind seem very petty, so they could take legal action. I don't know. Everyone loves Pete, but he is not anymore. Anyone. I think it's time he spent with Vegas. He felt he was being preferred. Yeah. But I also I just want to see where they go with Pete as well, because we've got that little touch of darkness that we've seen in all of them, but with the others we see it a bit more. With Pete, he's been definitely a lot more of the comedic side. I know Tankun has been as well, but he brought up the him being kidnapped twice. Whereas Pete, we've just kind of seen him working out with no pencil. Appeal to the public here would just be would well, my appeal to the public here would be just to join the Patreon. You get so many shows. I do actually have over 1,000 technically, including all the things I do shows. I do have both Sotuses on there. I need to start reacting to Together With Me. I do have Love by Chance 2 only on Patreon. But yeah, there's over 1,000 technically parts of the videos on there. There's a lot. And some movies. But I do actually need to change my price range on, unfortunately. So I'm going to lose a lot of patrons, but I need to. They've hiked up gas and electricity bills here by 1,800%. So yeah. To see Porsche, definitely me too. If you can, of course. Yeah, the Patreon has definitely been worth it so far. Thank you. Oh, message retracted. I like how you said it's been worth it so far. From the book, I think Pete ends up loving Vegas because of his background and vulnerability. Not a lot of difference with King Porsche. Yeah, I mean, again, I haven't read the novel, obviously, to see that, but I imagine they're going to at least incorporate elements of what we've seen with King Porsche with Pete and Vegas. Because I think we do want to see that vulnerability from Vegas as well, because then it shows you his trauma and what he's been through and how he can heal with that with his XL condoms. Yeah, Pete's a masochist, Vegas is a sadist. Well, S&M. She knew that it would be huge. A lot of us have been waiting for some. Well, they definitely have made a lot of money, because obviously I pay for the VIP subscription, and I'm sure a lot of you also do. Um, I actually like Kim Porsche because I've been watching the La Forte ones. I've enjoyed it. Um, I don't personally think there's been an episode I haven't enjoyed. I'm trying to think now. I think I've enjoyed every episode. I think I have. It's been a while. Hello. Everyone's Kim Porsche, but it's always going to be the show I think people talk about for the next few weeks because it's got to be the number one, right? Right now, it's got to be. There's something not so school bookish and a step beyond town type, but with the character development and realism. Mm, that's coming from you, and that's high praise. I mean, yeah, I agree with you personally with how much I post and how many videos, but you also just worry because you can't just make the assumption, obviously, that people can afford stuff like that. Like, you have to take into consideration everyone's kind of background. I have heard that's yeah, Kim Porsche season 2 is happening. Yes, I did see that on Twitter, and I'm guessing that's going to be the Pete Vegas storyline, probably, maybe. Oh, Marlon Upper had a wonderfully articulate and mature copy of sex and live in the last BTS. I really think those two are so great as actors. And as oh, I mean, if you like Max Tool and you feel like giving that type of energy, maybe that's a good thing because I feel like Max Tool are such a great example of playful fan service, but people know it's just that and they just laugh about it. And also, well, Tool will be in America now and studying soon, so good luck to him. He's following his dreams. Where they respect one another as people and as actors. I don't know if Miles thinks of himself as an actor. I'm not going to get into that actually. There are two books. The first one is mostly King Porsche. Then I believe a few side ones focusing on Vegas and Pete. Okay. Typing on my phone is hard. Oh, good luck. Tiny little phone. I've watched only the La Forte version. Has anyone watched the TV version? How is it different? Do they just cut out the naughty stuff? I imagine they would really tone down certain aspects of the really naughty stuff because of it's made for TV time. Because I think it's 21 plus, right? I don't know. I haven't seen the TV version. I noticed that people, when I did the side story, preferred the YouTube version of the subtitles. There's no doubt that season two of Kim Porsche is a moneymaker. Yeah, if you know PR and you know marketing, if something is making this amount of money, you have to jump on the bandwagon quickly and get a season two out there. Even if people hate it, people are still going to pay to watch it. They'll watch to hate it. I can't believe this is Mars' first acting project. There are so many first time actors in Kim Porsche and they're doing great. I'm glad Kim Porsche is doing great because they obviously had a ton of issues and changed characters around and had to let people go and other people, and then people got brought back on. Kind of off topic, but I was really surprised on how fast they renewed Heartstopper for season 2 and 3. Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen Heartstopper yet. I will be watching it definitely. Um, but yeah, that was shocking how quick that was because Netflix is terrible about going beyond a season two of shows. That's why people have not been happy with Netflix for a while. What was I watching last night though? Shaman, Shaman Kings? No. Hmm. It's 2 a.m. It's 7:30 p.m. here. So you'll be many hours younger when you come to study in the UK. Oh, Denmark. I've only been to Denmark once, and it was just for one day. Uh, I remember it being flat, beautiful. There were some really nice people, friendly people there, but again, I was only there for one day. I used to speak to people online who were from Denmark, and one of them, he looked like Ron Weasley. I'm not usually very excited about season two. Yeah, it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to get excited about season two because you always have that fear, especially in BLs, because they kind of follow a similar formulaic kind of path, and you don't want that. You want to be surprised. Uh, I think we waited so much longer to get the season two announcement of Young Royals. Still haven't seen that. Someone settled this debate going around. Is the actor playing Vegas American and Thai? Some people say he speaks English better than Thai. Some people say no, he's native Thai. I'm very curious about this. because I understand they're mafia and it's a world thing. So they're going to have characters speaking in different languages. We've Sicilian, we've had obviously English, but I'm very curious about the actor playing Vegas because he's very clearly fluent in English and he does it a lot. They break his character and he speaks just in English sometimes really randomly, and I'm like, why? Um, he could be American, or he could just be he went to international school maybe, or he studied abroad. But this is always interesting because obviously Perth is an Aussie. Um, is his name Cham? Has a British accent. I remember picking up on that, and I was like, and then having his name's really, you would think it'd come from a white man. His name, he's like Peter Davis or something. I can't remember now. I wouldn't be surprised if the actor playing Vegas was mixed or fully Thai, but just lived somewhere or just studied. Because didn't Apo live in New York for a few years and bartended, so he speaks English. By the way, just curious, will you put Heartstopper on your list or react to it sooner? Um, that's up to you guys. Do you want me to react to it sooner or just put it on the list? It's definitely going on the list, but people can either have it just on the list or if they want it sooner. Oh, really? That's awesome. Oh, I think so. It's Denmark. Yeah, I do. I just do need to go back to Denmark because I've only, like I said, I've only been once. I was staying in Norway, and then we got onto a yacht. Well, not a yacht, a cruise liner, and then came to Denmark for the day, and then went back. I'm not too surprised because there are two parts of the source material graphic novel that have not been covered in the show, so I think they always intended to do at least two seasons. I didn't the series, but I'm looking forward to two. If I don't get any special episode of season two of Bad Body, I still have Heartstopper. I'm curious what they could do for a season two of Bad Buddy. Because they would, I'm not sure what they would do. Hmm. I guess their work lives, maybe them traveling. And also, Y and Corn, apparently, they were going to put them together and decided not to. Sneaky, sneaky. Town Type was a good example of how the second season is not as good as the first, especially with a new director. Yeah, there was unfortunately a lot of issues I think people felt with Town Type. I didn't think it was as bad as people were saying in season two. There were I don't know. It was just Fiat. That was his name, right? That was the actor didn't really speak Thai because he grew up studying international school ever since kindergarten. So there we go. So yeah, he went to international school, so of course he's going to be able to talk to people speaking multiple languages. Uh, International school, there we go. Also, apparently he's the one who is he the one who edited the novel into English? I did see that apparently he was credited as the actor who translated it. No more Bad Body content. Well, no Bad Body, but for those of you who I will be putting up the Om Nanon worldwide series interview. I do pause it a few times and speak about stuff, and then obviously the question. It's the video is 40 something minutes, but I think the actual thing of them talking, if you minus me pausing, is 20 something minutes. Yeah, I mean, I was in the minority who still enjoyed season two, but it probably would have been way better to stay with this director. No one shocked that personal first name is Stuart. How No, I'm not shocked that he's first. Real name is Stuart. I'm not saying he looks like a Stuart, but yeah, that didn't throw me off. Wanted to see him in the future or during the time Crown was in Singapore, getting par, had been married or left it. Oh yeah, yeah. Propose kind of does. Stuart was not expecting it. Yes, he is. I also think you both was pretty done with each other by then. Un momento, por favor. The show with a bird season 2 is Love by Chance. That is an exclusive to my Patreon. Yeah. I mean, there's a few people who didn't love Love by Chance. I didn't dislike it. The only thing I was uncomfortable with was just how young Perth was. Um, Not like there was anything nefarious, but I prefer watching them when they're older and it's adult settings. That's why Manner of Death and things like that, or like not me, even though at university, like the issues were mature, time type. You know, we saw them and a span of time they grew out of that. Yeah, I prefer the adult side of life. It's not fun, the adult side, but you know, I'm not in school. Tongue like I will actually speak perfect Thai without accent in this. Oh, and there's a random pigeon outside my window. Oh, are you talking about how? See, this is the problem with translating stuff and how things. When he made that quip about he wouldn't do a BL anymore, um, unless he had no money, something along those lines. And obviously, we don't know how correct the translation is. I didn't, but also probably not the smartest thing to say, seeing as you built your career doing BLs. Do not S on the genre or the subgenre that helped launch your career. It's okay to move on from it, but just don't. I don't know. But then there's comments from other actors who said, you know, I'm a real man. Don't say these things. Don't do this. You know, there's always this weird stigma that comes with these actors and BLs, and like who is actually respectful of it, who's doing it for money. I mean, they're all doing it for money, apart from Mile and Win, probably. But you know, it's yeah. Mean didn't do the smartest in that interview. The thought process behind the story of love. I will never understand how you can change the two main leads' story arc, but no one else has changed. Their story is all the same, apart from those stepbrothers, which why were they in the show? Very random out of content. Does anyone go Nope. Okay, so if you have any questions for my Q&A, if you want to incorporate them, leave them in the comment section of this video and I will add them to my list because I will be doing that. Again, if you want to join the Patreon, you can leave a comment. I can send you a link. You don't have to join. It's not forced. Also, if you want to send them by PO box, you can. I can leave you also the PO box if you want to send a letter. But I do have to go. I know it's a really short one this time. I need to go eat. I haven't eaten today, and it's 7:30. Well, almost 8. So I think I should go and do that. Plus, I need to try and see if I can get more editing done for Kieta Hatsukoi. I want to try and get up as many episodes as possible. Fingers crossed. And also, yes, you can join the Discord. Steffi can help you with that. Have a great morning, afternoon, evening, late evening, and take care of yourselves. And hopefully see you soon. Because I don't think this live was long enough. And if you know me, you do long lives. So I think I'll be back in a couple of weeks, the middle of June.